Now back to our 120cc engine, and I'll try and keep these pictures somewhat in order, but there are so many of them and I didn't take them in order, so bear with me, and there'll be a little humor in this. Anyway, this is a difference between a stroker cylinder on the left in height compared to a regular 85cc cylinder on the right. Excuse me, the stroker's on the left. So you can see where the regular cylinder is about 3.5 inches high, or 9 centimeters to the deck, and this is what we consider the deck height right there, or right here. Whenever anyone says a deck height, they mean right there, the deck. Now on the 54 millimeter stroker cylinder, its deck height, instead of being 9 millimeters, is about 10, I would say. Yeah, about 10 millimeters. So that gives you an idea of the height, and you can see how much bigger that the deal is. Now, with the tool I've showed you in the previous videos, we take the cutting tool, which is adjustable, and it works in each case the same way. We put a washer in here, and with the drill bit attached up here, I can slowly go around and around and take off. We need to take off 1.5 millimeters off of this deck height down in here. So that's what that's used for. Now the red on here is rojo is red grease, and I use the grease just to ease the cutting, and that seems to work. But you have to remember too that this is my first large cc stroker, 120cc, and I had to just go by what I could do. I'm not a machinist at all, and so my work is a little bit sloppy. But we have to remember that this area right in here, this is where the case halves meet. They have to mate perfectly all the way around here. Okay, no air leaks. Remember, the little engine is an air pump, so it needs to do that. Now, another point I'd like to make, and this is on a serious note, that if you have any kind of paint or debris on your motor, you need to get a high quality paint stripper. Alright, now I've got a few recommendations for you here. I've gone through a lot of strippers, and I've come up with 3 of the ones I really like. That'll be coming up. And you can see that I've started to cut right along here on the bottom. And in the pictures, if you'll notice this oil gallery, this is where the gasoline drips down and goes in this hole and works on the oil pump. And as I cut more and more, it'll disappear more and more. But as I started to cut, and you can see I've already cut into the hole right here, that hole is no good anymore, because the crankshaft is 52.5 millimeters. Now, this is one of my favorite strippers. It works really good on engines, and it works really good on me. I believe her name is Minnie Mouse. But if you happen to run across a quality stripper like this, I suggest using one as much as you can. Now, another good quality stripper would be one that looks like this. And I've searched high and low to find really high quality parts to work on my bike, and I'll tell you what, this one really works for me. And then the last one we have is, this is a smaller stripper that works in other areas. Now I believe she was in a couple of movies. I think she was on that famous Henry Fonda movie, On Golden Blonde. And I think she was in another remake of Pile Driving Miss Daisy. And last but not least, this is Allison Stokey, and she is the world champion pole vault expert for California. And as you can see, that she's not a paint stripper, but she'd work very well on my bike. So let's get back to mechanics here. Now, as I cut more and more around here, I will take this piece off and clean it and check it. Now I've already gone through this hole right here. Now if you go to 50 millimeters from here to here, you won't touch these holes, but if you go to 52.5, then you're going to cut right through that.